Everyone, I am Dr. Ranchal Khanna, PGR, Department of Repertory, MN Homeopathic Medical College, Bikaner. And today I'm going to be discussing a very small yet interesting topic, that is PDF, Potential Differential Field. The potential differential field is nothing but a field which differentiates medicine. So basically the idea is that when we are done with the whole repertorization process, what we have at hand is the repertorial totality. Now this is the point where we have to decipher the medicines to reach to the most similar remedy, that is the similar one. So PDF is a very small term under the topic of, under the umbrella term repertorization. So to understand PDF, we must have a very sound knowledge of the whole process of getting there, that is the whole process of repertorization, which is I'm going to be describing briefly in this video, starting off with the conceptual image. So when after the case taking, we have n number of symptoms given by the patient, but it depends on the physician what are those symptoms that are to be taken and what are those symptoms that are to be left out. So all those symptoms that are meaningful to the patients, to the physician, are to be taken, and that forms our conceptual image. So it is the meaningful output of all the symptoms gathered from the patient during a case history. It is a true image of the actual condition and state of the patient, consisting of the mental, physical, and disease aspects. It is also the representation of drug picture by which we choose the most suitable remedy for that particular individual. To draw a conceptual image, one need not pay importance to all the symptoms of the patient or drug, but only to those characteristic peculiarities which in their proper place help to distinguish the case from all others. तो हमें सारे symptoms जो भी patient बता रहा है, maybe उसे 15-20 symptoms दे दिया हमको, because the patient is naive, he doesn't know what are those individualistic symptoms that we homeopaths needs. तो accordingly हम अपने हिसाब से all those symptoms which hold meaning, we have to take that and leave all the vague symptoms behind. So the next is repertorial syndrome. Syndrome is any collection of disease, and repertorial syndrome is the collection of all the rubrics. तो conceptual image जो हमारी होती है, that is after restructuring the totality based on repertorial principles. Repertorial principles depends on the type of kind of repertory that we are using, and the repertorial totality is formed out of the conceptual image. Repertorial totality is the modified totality as per the repertory used, is called the repertorial totality. So the repertorial totality is the rearranged form of the symptom totality, but with keeping in mind the method and principles of chosen remedies. So whenever we are converting the symptom into rubrics, we form from the symptom totality, we form a repertorial totality, but we have to keep in mind all those principles of the chosen repertory. Whatever repertory we are choosing, there are principles which we have to keep in our mind. For example, if we are taking Kent repertory, so we have to keep in mind all those principles. Those are given by Dr. Kent. So once a case is taken, its symptoms are rearranged in its hierarchy, and symptom totality is then analyzed to choose the type of repertory most suitable for the case, and thus repertorial totality is erected, which is essentially based on three fundamental principles, that is Borninghausen, Kent, Boger. Now steps to form a repertorial syndrome. So these are the various steps that we are going to study under the repertorial syndrome. First be case analysis, classification of symptoms. It is the first step to repertorization, where all the symptoms of the patient are reviewed and only the significant symptoms are considered, which are classified into mental, physical generals, particular, and the modalities are specified. They are analyzed for the location, sensation, modality, and concomitant. Classification of symptoms tells us an overview of the case in respect to its nature and the type of symptoms. So we have to classify the symptoms now. All the symptoms are either general or particular. कोई भी symptom या तो general होता है या particular होता है, then it can be further classified into mental general, physical general. Then case analysis is followed by evaluation of symptoms. Now we have to put it into hierarchy. Now giving value to the symptoms and arranging them according to their hierarchy. One must keep in mind the basic concept of repertory which is to be chosen. For example, if you are using Kent method, if you are using Kent repertory, we have to keep in mind that we have to put the mental symptoms, mental general first, and then the physical, and then the particular generals. Likewise, in Warningus and Boger, we have to follow the basic principles. So, when we have more physical and concomitant symptoms, then we use Warningus method. And when we have more pathological generals, physicals, and concomitant, we use the Boger method. Now we have the next step is erecting a totality, synthesis. Synthesis means to create, to build up. Now we have to erect a totality. After we are done with the classification and evaluation of symptom, we understand the whole symptom and select only few which can logically represent the whole picture of the patient. Here again we follow a definite principle out of the three by which we make the totality of the case. These principles of the repertory had a different concept of totality and each of them have their own importance and significance. As we all know, Warningus and Kent सबने अलग-अलग principles दिए थे, but one thing which is really common between all of them is given by Hahnemann, Master Hahnemann, that is similia similibus curantur. Now, after we have chosen the appropriate repertory, the totality is erected and is modified accordingly to form a repertorial totality by keeping either of the three mentioned methods. Now, conversion of rubrics, when we are converting symptom into rubric, permutation and combination, which is when we are combining two or more symptoms to form one rubric, and all these process has to be done very carefully to arrive at the similimum in the simplest, short, and most reliable way. Some symptoms are not considered in the repertorial totality, so we leave behind some symptoms. तो हम उसको repertorial totality में नहीं डालते हैं. After the repertorization, we arrive at the repertorial result, which is a group of close running remedies. So basically, आपकी repertory का यही काम था that आपके पास जो भी symptoms हैं, वो finally एक close running remedies कुछ आपको मिल जाएं, जिसमें से आप further अपनी knowledge of Materia Medica से एक remedy तक पहुंच पाए. Now, how to find that correct remedy, because there can be many similars but only one similimum that you have to give. This group of similar remedies should be compared to the picture of the patient with the help of Materia Medica. It should be differentiated. Hence, we come across symptoms which differentiate these close running remedies from each other. ये symptoms जो repertorial totality में पहले नहीं लिए गए थे, and these are very characteristic symptoms. ये जो रह गए थे when we subtracted the repertorial totality from the conceptual image, तो कुछ symptoms रह गए थे. ये हमारा PDF था, and these consist of finer general or striking characteristic symptoms like the thermal reactions, thirst or appetite, aversion or desire, which are not always converted into rubric and hence should be used to differentiate between the indicated remedy. So this follows a flow chart which broadly summarizes the steps involved. So this is the whole process what we follow in repertorization. Starting with case taking, when we have taken the whole case, whole history of the patient, then we analyze the case and then we erect a symptom totality. We convert those symptoms into repertorial totality. उन symptoms में से भी हम सिर्फ कुछ ऐसे symptom हैं जिनको हम repertorial totality में लेंगे और जो symptom हमने नहीं लिए वो हमारे PDF बन जाते हैं. और with our knowledge of Materia Medica and these ये जो PDF बचा है, we reach out to the similimum. Now this is a case that I have attached to make you understand in a better way. So this is a case which is worked out with BBCR, that is Bogle-Bonning-Hussain repertory. It's about a 50-year-old female who is unmarried with complaint of joint pain since 20 years. Now she has tried many kind of treatment with slight relief, but her complaint remained. So it's a diagnosed case of rheumatoid arthritis with following symptoms. So when she is excited or when she has anxiety or worries, her complaints increases. Even it used to cause breathing difficulty and throat trouble. History of tonsillectomy, she used to get frequent cold, appetite is good, milk aggravation and aversion, craving for sweet, constipated since childhood, takes hot water in morning which helps, perspiration winter, palm, feet, head at night. She's chilly, her sleep is full of dreams. She has gone through hardships of life, increased complaints increased by tension, anxiety, vexation, grief, and sorrow. She's sentimental, affectionate, has fear of darkness and lizards. So these are the various symptoms that we have now further classified and evaluated. Now we have to select the appropriate repertory, which could differ from physician to physician, but somehow it is same. So when we have more causative modality, which we see in this case, and we have more physical general with pathological changes of the joint, so we choose BBCR. Now these are the rubrics जो हमने symptoms से बनाए हैं. So what you see in this is कि हमने सारे symptoms नहीं लिए हैं rubrics बनाने के लिए. कुछ symptoms से ही हमने rubrics बनाए हैं. और repertorial result हमारा ये नीचे आता है, which you can see. So pulsatilla is leading, followed by lycopodium, which has 28/7, followed by brainia, and so on and so forth. So we have some close running remedies which could be given to the patient, but now we have to choose one out of all. It doesn't mean कि हम pulsatilla ही देंगे because उसके सबसे ज़्यादा marks हैं. This is where PDF comes into role, and it is the most brainy part. So the patient is chilly and she has sweating on her head, palms and soles, and aggravation from mental or physical exertion. So इस differentiation की वजह से with the help of PDF we finally think that calcarea carb is the choice here. So that ends my presentation. Hope it was helpful. Thank you so much.